Okay, other side of this, even more conspiracy theories. You ready for Anthony Rendon? Did you see him talking this weekend? Because he's been messing around with the media, and the last time, no habla inglés, he didn't want to talk to them, right? We know he speaks English. He doesn't like dealing with the media. He's got a deep bone bruise. So people are like, deep bone bruise forever? And then all of a sudden this weekend, he's like, no, I got a fractured tibia. The team didn't tell you.
Yep.
And then the Angels leak that he's seen now 5 doctors, the first 4 doctor who says it's a fractured tibia. So to me, I think this isn't even a conspiracy theory about it, that it's a fracture, not a bruise. Team leaking. We don't feel like you want to.
Well, here's the thing for me. How many doctors are you allowed to see? I thought you're allowed to get a second opinion, right? That's the biggest thing for me. You're supposed to get a second opinion.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so he's got now 5 opinions.
Yeah.
And where's the disconnect here? So I
help me.
We've heard it before where we have a doctor say one thing and another one comes. You're like, oh, all right, you're right. But at the same time, 4 or 5 guys now. So this is. I didn't know if you were allowed to do that or not. Like, there's some discrepancy here.
You guys tell me what happens when you guys get hurt. What happens?
Like he said, I think you're entitled to get the second opinion, but you're not going to get it from an urgent care either. So you know exactly. where these doctors come from, and I don't know who these doctors are, and I'm not trying to act like I know medical stuff, but you should be able to know if it's a fracture.
The team, right? This is the team leaking this. I think the team's doing that to try and kind of defend itself, because he threw them under the bus this weekend. Oh, I got a fractured tibia. Nobody told you?
Yeah, I think his time's up there too.
Dude, it is getting weird out there.
But that's a big contract too as well. So he's there for how many?
He's got 3 more years at, I think, $38 million a year the next 3 years. They said, you considered retirement? He goes, yeah, I've considered retirement the past 10 years. Anthony Rendon is the one guy. He said
he's a beauty, bro.
They asked him about the future of the Angels. He's like, oh, we don't even have time to get into all that. Yeah. Like, he was kind of crushing the team over the weekend. He doesn't give a fuck.
He had one of the most historic games. I think it was the game they ended up like getting 20-something runs. He went 5 for 5 with like some 10, 15 RBIs. I don't know exactly. Don't quote me. After the game, he's like, oh, how you feel? He goes, man, I wish the game wasn't so long. You know, like that's a Rendon answer, and he just like broke history. So that's why I love the guy so much. He's an awesome human being, but he's realist.
He doesn't want to play though.
He's a realist. There's guys that play
the vibe.
And Danny, you can agree with me or not. There's guys that play this game, 1 for the money, and 2 that treat it like a job.